Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. I was speaking with a businessman not too long ago, about 14 years ago. It was a very successful businessman. I don't want to mention his name, but he's worldwide known for his business acumen, and he's acquired a tremendous amount of wealth. We were discussing business strategy and philosophies around business, and he said something to me that I took to heart. And I've never forgot the conversation. He said, "Doug, you can tell everything you want to know about somebody by meeting their family. Because people put their time and their money where their heart is. And if you meet an individual who has a good relationship with their spouse, love their children, or showing them direction and setting them up for success, you've probably 9 times out of 10 met somebody who is a good business individual. They probably have their business life in order. Their career is probably set in a place where they're going to have success moving forward. And this individual utilized that as a strategy for business acquisition. Before he buys a business, he didn't even look at the books. He would want to meet the owners, sit down with them and their families and have dinner. And at that time, he would be able to make a pretty good determination as to how or if they were going to move forward. And I took that to heart, and I've carried that forward, and I've told that story time and time again. It's just kind of been a blessing of information in my life, because what I've found is the better you treat and care for your family, your spouse, and your children, the more magic and good things come into your life. It is amazing how it works. But when you're good to your spouse, you're good to your children, you set them up for success. You invest in them, not only from a knowledge standpoint, but from a financial standpoint. Good things come into your life. I don't know why it works that way, but it absolutely does. And it's a secret to this gentleman's success, and I've carried it forward. And I believe that I've had some pretty good success in my life as a result of the interactions I have with my home team. Because you know what? Nobody wants to see you succeed more than your spouse and your children. They are directly vested in you as an individual and your future decisions. If you do better, they do better. They want to see you do better than anybody in your life. They want to see you succeed more than your mom, your dad, your best friend, your sister, your brother, because these are individuals who are directly vested in you and the decisions you're making from not only a business standpoint, but from a personal standpoint as well. So, I usually don't go anywhere if my family isn't allowed to come with me, because I feel that if they're not allowed to be there, then I probably don't need to be there as well. Think about that. It's true. Go everywhere with your family. Take them with you. They're your team. They're your home team. They should understand your life and things going on in it so they can support you. It works. It's a partnership. The relationship you have with your children and your spouse is the most valuable partnership you're ever going to have in your life. And, as a result, I want my kids to be smart and successful. I want them to be good. I want them to be the kind of people other parents would like to see their kids be. I also want to make sound, value-based decisions that will help them be safe and happy. And that's really important. When your family feels safe and happy, they can do their best to support you to be your best. It's amazing. So like most parents, I spend a lot of time trying to instill in my children virtues like honesty, respect, responsibility, fairness, and kindness, because I believe that building character is more complicated than teaching math or manners. It involves the heart as well as the head. The goal is to make good thoughts and conduct a matter of habit with your children. And I want my children to know what's good, want what's good, and do what's good. And effective character building is captured by a favorite acronym of mine, TEAM, because it's your home team. This is your team. These are the individuals that are going to support you. They're going to be there for you in every circumstance. When other people walk away, your family's going to be there. They're going to be at home waiting for you. That's the whole deal. TEAM in our house stands for teach, enforce, advocate, and model. And I tell you what, in our home, we teach character by promoting and developing the values and ethical virtues that make up a good person. So think about this. What makes up a good person? In my home, we believe that trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and something that might have been forgotten, but in our home, we believe in citizenship, being a good citizen, being a good partner to the community. Because I tell you what, when you're a good partner of your community, you can rally other individuals easily to come to your aid and assist you, help you build a business, and you're going to have future success. So don't forget that one. That's an important one. But we need to be sure that kids understand what each of these things look like. Each of these traits look a specific way. And we entrench these values by enforcing them and then by backing up our rhetoric with appropriate consequences, right? What you allow, you encourage. Think about that as a parent. What you allow, you encourage. When you tell your kids that's not good or that's not an appropriate way to behave, just saying, hey, settle down or calm down is not a teaching. You're not teaching. In that case, you should reinforce by having specific consequences for behavior, but also helping your kids to understand why it was wrong, what they may have done, and how they could effectively be better in the future. You start teaching your children in this way, and you're going to develop a relationship with them that nobody will ever be able to defeat. It's a way to set up a standard with your children and develop a respect from them that will allow you to create an efficient relationship with them that lasts well into the future. And when we get older, we need our kids. They're going to have to come around and help us out when we're not as able as we used to be, But advocating values means passionately and relentlessly stating our commitment to good character, so our children have no doubt what we want for them and expect from them. I want you to think about this. This is most crucial. We must teach positive values by example. So modeling the virtues we want to see in our children is very, very important. We teach values by the way we deal with pressure, frustrations, fatigue, and other everyday actions, especially in what we say and do when no one else is looking. You never know when kids might be around the corner listening or spying on you, and they might catch you in a weak moment, exhibiting a behavior that's completely inappropriate. So we want to keep tabs on our daily behaviors, on our interactions. We should be honest with ourselves. Next time you have pressure in your life, how do you react? Because I personally believe pressure doesn't build character, it reveals it. Who are you when things get a little hot, when there's some pressure? Maybe you might think about changing that behavior or that habit, and that's easy to do. It's something you can do. You can just decide to do things differently moving forward. And I got to tell you, I believe in you and I think you're amazing, and I know that you have the ability to build a value-based relationship with your family, teach your children character, and live the fantastic life that you want to live. You know what? I care about you. I think you're amazing. You have all the mental faculties, all the abilities within you right now to build and establish the type of life you want to live. We only get one bite at the apple, right? This is the one life we give. So why not do something that's more important than anything? Build a value-based relationship with your family. Care for them and love them. It always kind of amazes me that people put value in their car, in their home, in their bank account, but family sometimes for people can be a second thought. They come home, they're tired, it's like whatever, they sit on the couch, do whatever they do, watch TV, go to bed, yell at the kids or whatever. I don't really know what goes on in the average home, but I remember what went on in my home when I was growing up, and I'm trying to create a different circumstance for myself and my family than the one that I grew up in, because I didn't grow up in a good environment. I didn't have a good relationship with my parents or my siblings, and that's something that I've had to work at over the years to change. But I do know that in my home, I can, from the start, create the type of environment that I want, allow my children to live in an environment that fosters good etiquette, confidence, success. It's all I want for them. It's all I want for you. So let's continue to work together and let's build and establish a fantastic relationship between us. I want to help you have better things in your life. You want to have things in your life. I'm telling you what, this is a match made in heaven, right? So I'll be back tomorrow with some really great stuff, friends. Listen, I care about you. I think you're amazing. Have a beautiful day. Talk to you tomorrow.